And we're back. So yesterday I was talking about long positions and expecting higher on the ES. Higher we got. Wasn't exactly the full move, but I would anticipate that we eventually get that next move even higher and break this high. We've had that strong move out of the areas of demand I was talking about. We've also held this channel, and we've broken some internal structure to the upside. So the internal structure is nicely bullish for us now. So let's just look at that a little bit closer. So yesterday you could see I was talking about this being a potential scalp short opportunity of Asia range. So you've obviously had, let me just get rid of that. You've obviously had this Asia range here. You've then broken structure. You've collected some demand. You've come back up and you've tapped into that Asia supply there. You've had a nice rejection off there, got a decent scalp off that. But then you've gone back into demand. So this is our big demand zone and this is our tiny little supply zone. Who's won that fight? Well, it's clear, isn't it? We've been talking about that larger trend, that swing trend being up. The swing trend has overwhelmed the internal trend. Therefore, we can see right here, demand has stepped in and overwhelmed supply. It's quite clear to see that. You've broken this structure here. You've broken out here. What happened? You got a pullback and you got a retest of this channel here into this demand that had formed when we initiated out and we overwhelmed this previous supply. Here you got that tap back into the supply range, into the demand range. You tapped into the New York initial balance. So you had your New York initial balance play here where you closed out above, you come back in and you've hit areas of interest, you hit the bottom of the channel, yada yada. That was a very decent long-run opportunity. From then on, it went on and broke more structure, so it broke that high, and since then we've just been chilling because we're in a new day. Okay, so obviously this is really messy price action. This isn't ideal to be trading from and it isn't great to be taking levels from either, but thankfully we've got some other stuff to be taking those levels from. I have marked out these levels here because I think they are quite nice. They come in literally at the open of today and they come in towards the end, you know what I mean? So let's just throw this on and you can see that was the previous day point of control right there. That's usually the case when it comes into a close, but it helps back up our thesis here. So you can see there's plenty of volume in this zone here. So if we do get that retrace into this area of demand, we've got the structure on our side, so we could expect a nice move back from out of there. Right now you can see that in the London session we are rejecting from the Asia POC at the moment. We may get above that and carry on, but if we do come down, we've got the Asia liquidity, so we've got the liquidity below here, and of course if we throw on the messy charts, we've got the UTC open with the previous day value area high, with the previous week mid, we've got the daily open, the monthly open. These are all levels that we could be looking at. Add to the fact that if you take the lowest point since the last broken structure, which would be here, just further on, you add to that you would be entering discounted demand, then that is definitely a decent scalping long opportunity today. Would be looking for something like this. That would be really nice. Or if you're feeling extra brave, you could potentially look to trade it like this. Now, this zone here is a little bit tricky but we may potentially come and take some of these lows, so you need to be very aware of that. It'd be better to wait for the reaction, but there's definitely a long opportunity in this zone, and your invalidation is fairly simple. This was the low here that took out the previous high. Okay, so this was the last low, therefore this is your new 15-minute swing low. So this is what we're working with today. Call our key level. So you can be looking for longs anywhere below here and above here. So as long as you hold that, you're in a pretty good place. You've also got the channel there, also you've got all this volume here, etc, etc. It's looking pretty good for a long. If we get that long, ideally we'd be targeting this high here. I expect this high to go. This high here is quite significant also, so we could potentially look for an SFP. If we get there really quick, we could potentially be looking towards the top of the channel. But this is also an area that we should be looking out for. But you know, I think this is more relevant right now. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there, nice and quick. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.